I think I'm live on Instagram. Let's see if I can get this now over here. Patience. Yeah. First, yeah, let me know if you can hear it. Can you hear me? Can you hear it on YouTube? You can. Sound is working. Wonderful. Now let's do this over here. 1 second. So sorry, guys. This is wild. We're going to do this at 6:11 p.m. schedule. Okay, let's get this before you can add. Let's see. Why is this not working? My goodness gracious. I meet all the requirements. This is ridiculous. Oh, what are we going to do? Almost there, guys. Add a title. Okay. We will add a title if I know where to do it. So let's see, back, add a title. Add a title. Nomine Hekate. Wow. 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 Let's just hope this is working. Okay. Okay, I thought I did. And let's just try it over. I think it's on the Patreon page now. Can you double check that for me? Learning curve, guys, learning curve. Also, could this already be the Mercury retro shade? Probably. For some reason, if you cannot see me on Patreon, well, we'll get this figured out. We will get this. You have it set to paid members. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. We're getting there, guys. I apologize. 1 second. We'll get this. Wow. Okay. No, not paid. We want it to all members. Okay. Let's see if that works. See if that's better. Oh my God. Ian, I see you. Kevin, I see you. Thank God. This is like better late than never. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your patience. I really did not want to go on to Meta and do this, as I'm trying my damnedest to move off of that platform as far as like live streams go. It worked so beautifully last time, like 2 weeks ago. So learning curve. My God. Okay. Well, thanks for finding me over here. And it will happen. It will happen. I think what goes on is the YouTube link like connects to my phone, and then the volume gets all wackadoodle, and then there's like no recovery from it. Damien says it's not working on Patreon. Awesome. That's fun. It's because I'm under pressure and can't figure out what the heck I'm doing in the heat of the moment. I'm not the most tech savvy, but here, I'm putting the link if anyone wants it. Good Lord, this is just going to be there. Okay. Anywho, let's begin, because I'm over that. I'm over that. How about you? Blessed new moon. My goodness. We have like 2 planets about to go in retrograde. Venus about to go in retrograde like tomorrow. Fun, which we're going to talk just a little bit about before we get into Hekate, because we can use this energy with Hekate as well, believe it or not, or use Hekate's energy to help with Venus retrograde. I am an Aries sun, as most of you know, and Venus going retrograde in starting off in my sign for a while and then moving back into Pisces. She'll be much happier in Pisces. Much, much happier in Pisces. You too. Oh, fun. Aries suns. We're hot-blooded, spicy in all the right ways. My name is Mandy Wild. I'm the Wild Medium. I am an astrologer, an educator of the divine feminine, and a medium, if you haven't guessed it, by my name, the Wild Medium. Yes, chilly, hot fire. I wanted to do a few new member shout outs because we have a lot, and I really hope that on Patreon that this ends up getting there. Maybe I can copy and paste it, because I do want the Patreon members to know that I see all of your wonderful support. Thank you so much. It means the world. So a few new member shout outs. Kathy, Heather, Apotropea. I think this is Monica, actually. Hi, Monica. I recognize your epithet from our coven. Welcome to the wilder side of Patreon. And then Kelly, Susan, La Serena Serene, Kelly also, Lilac, Rose, Rick, Adele, Bridget, Janie, Liz, Laura, and Cece. Thank you so much for coming on and supporting me. I very, very much appreciate it. And a very happy birthday to our friend Charity, who is on Nomine Hekate streams usually. It's Liz. Liz made it. Oh, Kathy. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining. I was just discussing how it's a bit of a learning curve. A couple of weeks ago, it went swimmingly. And then this week, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But we'll get there. Ugh. All right. So before we dive into today's ritual, I want to take a moment to set the space, right? To ground ourselves in the energies around us. And in many magical traditions, as most of you know, we call in the 4 directions or the elements to establish balance, to establish protection, to establish a connection to the natural world. Each direction holds a unique energy that helps guide and empower our work. So we're going to begin by inviting like the powers of like, the directions, the north, east, south, west, and then with the elements that go along with it. And I've put in, of course, it's on Patreon, if you see it there or not, what I like to say. A lot of you have been on these before, so you already know. You can say it with me, or you can listen and enjoy that way. But I call to the east, where the air takes flight, filling our lungs with breath pure of life. I call to the south, where the fire burns bright, protecting and guiding like torches in the night. I call to the west, where the water flows might, feeding and nourishing our gift of inner sight. I call to the north, where the earth holds tight, grounding us here under the moon's dark light. I call to spirit, in quiet introspection, a journey within, seeking soul's connection. All right. So, like I said, a little astrology before we dive into INH, Nomine Hekate, because we do have, like I said, Venus retrograde starting tomorrow. She'll be retrograde from March 2nd, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's only the 1st. See, there's my brain. Starting Sunday, March 2nd through April 12th, right? And she's starting out in Aries, and where she's going to be moving now until Pisces, when she takes the moves right into Pisces on March 27th. And so this is going to go all the way through April 12th. Wait, I'm so frazzled from that whole thing. I'm not speaking clearly. Let me reset. She will be in retrograde from March 2nd until April 12th, but she'll be in Aries until March 27th. Yes. And then moving through Pisces that way, and then turning back direct on April 12th. I really hope I got that correct, because I feel like I'm like listening to myself through cotton in my ears at this point. But when she gets to Pisces, she's going to feel a lot more at home. And because she's going to be in more of like a native environment, right? Like water, and then like she's Venusian, earth, like it's going to feel good. But right now she's in Aries and it does not sit super well. Venus, Aphrodite, right? The goddess of love, the goddess of beauty, the goddess of desire, may feel while she's in Aries, right? For those until about March 27th, there's going to be some tension, maybe a feel like a pull to reevaluate any sort of relationships or any sort of like self-worth, fun, right? Or like our desires. So if it feels like you're reassessing things or second guessing things in this regard, like it's okay. This is a very on brand for this transit. And especially since Aries brings such a fiery energy to that, right? It's this assertive, fiery, impulsive action, right? Venus does not really like, it's not her vibe. It's not her vibe. That's Mars's vibe, not Venus's vibe. But you could see past loves creep in, and maybe not even in your DMs, but in your dreams, right? They could be visiting you that way. So just like, it can be kind of confusing for people, because when this happens, you're like, oh man, like why am I thinking of them? Because Venus is in retrograde in Aries. Don't think too hard on it. It doesn't mean to go, I mean, maybe it does. And for some people it might, but usually it's just like, it's an intense emotion that gets us a little confused. But this is where our dark mother, Hekate, can be incredibly helpful to Aphrodite during this time, right? Because Hekate's energy is perfect for guiding these sorts of energies through a more shadowy aspect of love, through these like darker, harder moments that we face during like love or self-worth. If we're like, what am I doing in my life? Like, sit with Hekate. Ask her to kind of help you and Aphrodite through this. Also, Hekate helps support boundaries, right? Venus or Aphrodite may not have a lot of boundaries during this time, especially while traversing through Aries backwards. So Hekate can kind of help you remain centered by using this Venus retrograde as an opportunity to heal and to grow a bit stronger, because we get stronger through resistance, right? And when a planet turns retrograde and appears to be going backwards, there's a bit of a resistance in that sign. But that's not why we're here. We're here because Nomine Hekate, because it is the dark moon gathering. It is our Dipnon. It is our protection petition evening. Blessed Numenia as well. I wanted to talk about Nychia. Nychia, who's that? Like, what is this epithet? It's not one that we hear quite as often as some of the others, right? But Nychia is a space where darkness becomes a teacher, offering a mirror to the hidden self. Hello, Pisces, right? But more specifically, this is the soul's descent, where the day begins to fade and the deeper truths start to come to view. Hekate Nychia is the goddess of those who wander, both in the physical world and within ourselves and in the spiritual realm. Traditionally, this nods to the role where she was said to gather lost souls to bring them safely to the underworld, right? The underworld, though, I remind you, is actually part of us, right? The underworld isn't, you dig a hole in the ground and there's the underworld. No, the underworld is within us. We house all of these realms, spirit realms. In ancient times, she was invoked in secret, often through the defixions, the curse tablets, buried under the cover of night, Nychia. And the ancients understood that the most powerful shifts happen in the dark, where we're forced to trust what we feel rather than what we see. Now, the night, of course, can be a place of secrecy. It can be a place of mystery. Sometimes a place where people feel safe, right? Because they're covered. But it can also be a place of danger and power, depending on where you're, like, what is your background? I'll speak to it in a little bit, but as a woman and a person of trauma, I have a very bittersweet relationship with the nighttime. And so my relationship with Nychia is this ongoing learning, like this ongoing school for me. This, for example, okay, so Nychia usually will come in phases of our life when we feel cut off, when we feel like we're wandering ourselves. Maybe we feel alone, right? Maybe we feel uncertain or some sort of like personal upheaval. We need to remember that Nychia is walking beside us at that point. Because she's not just the wandering at night or the wanderer at night. She is the keeper of the forgotten, the souls that maybe never have found rest, the ones that are maybe still in search. As a medium, I am constantly coming across these souls. I was going to say, well, maybe we'll talk about it in like a discussion later, but souls, well, yeah, we'll talk about that in a different, it can get dark. Nychia can get dark. Again, this is a descent, right? Maybe the nameless dead. I know some of us visit graveyards. I know I like to go and visit those areas that maybe haven't had a lot of love. Maybe they've been forgotten. It's Nychia. Nychia is there as well. She cradles them. She carries their weight so that they don't drift endlessly. How does this translate to modern times? We're the ones that are carrying ghosts. So on brand for especially Venus going into retrograde, right? We carry the ghosts of our self-worth, of our past selves, of our past lovers, of old friendships, maybe of something that we had security in. Maybe that was a home that we don't have anymore. Those things we still carry. the past. Maybe it's loss. Maybe it's regret. Maybe it's the words that we should have spoken to someone that we just didn't. And then it weighs on us like, oh, fuck, I should have said that, right? These spirits, these ghosts that we carry don't just fade because time moves forward. They press against us and they get heavier until they start to steal the very breath from our lungs when we least expect it. So in comes Nychia. She doesn't ask us to necessarily banish these things because she also understands that we learn from them. And if you know Hekate, if you work with Hekate, you know that she's not one that's just like, okay, let's make it easier for you. No, she's like, no, it's a lesson. I'm going to stand here beside you and we're going to get through it together. That's why a lot of us are drawn to her, right? We're not looking for the easy way out. We're not looking for the wide, straight path. We want the crooked, uphill, maybe it's a path. We want to get to the crossroads and be there for the 4,000th time. I'm like, I don't know which way to go. Because that's where our growth comes from. She doesn't demand us to forget these weights, these ghosts, but she does. She offers to carry them for us. She offers to carry them as a sacred exchange, an offering. I don't know if you remember on our, I can't remember what month we were doing Brimo, right? Or Drakana, any sort of fiery epithet of Hekate. We talk about giving these things that weigh on us to the fire, to her sacred fires, to her angry fires, to her rejuvenating fires as an offering. She wants to carry them for us. She wants us to eventually take notice of it and to deal with it. But she's not here to just like, oh, you're having trouble with this, let me take it. No, she's like, I'll hold this for you. I will hold this for you and I will carry these for you. This is an exchange. I will walk with you while you deal with your shit. And then you can face it when you're ready. And then when you're, after you've faced it and you've come to terms with whether you are ready to get rid of it or not, then she will be there to take it into her fire and to transform it into whatever she's going to use it for to help make us more powerful later on. So give her the weight. It's an offering. And you feel that ache in your bones like it's just too much. When the past starts to grip onto you way too tightly, call her name. Let me read. Sorry, I see some comments here before I go into the thing. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Oh, I heard from my ex. I bet, right? Hi, Remy. I bet you did. It's common. I used to struggle with sleeping through the night as a young child because it felt endless, and now I feel most free at night. Oh, I love that. Nychia is the darkness we travel through, the epitome of the entire journey. It is within the darkness we must find Dodo Forest. Yes, yes. She is the darkness that is an embrace. Thank you. Yes, so beautifully said, Remington. Now, I want to talk a bit about how, yes, we carry these weights with us, right? These ghosts, and she is going to take it for us and hold while we get through whatever it is we need to get through, so we can face it one at a time if we need to, and not all at once. But Nychia is also there teaching us how wonderful the nighttime is as well, to be able to wander under a dark moon, barely lighting anything, our eyes magically adjusting to our surroundings, right? The new moon in Pisces is kind of a doorway into this sort of sight that I'm talking about now, right? She asks us under Nychia to trust what we feel before we even can explain it. There's a bit of mediumship for you. Kathy knows, she's been in my mediumship class. Trust what you feel before you can even explain it. The fact that we can navigate something in the pitch black is amazing. I cannot see without my glasses or my contacts. And at nighttime, I rely on the very blurry, subtle shadows of our pitch black room to get to the bathroom without knocking myself into it. Although that didn't happen last week. I broke a toe running into a door, but it was daylight. And I had my glasses on. Anyway, I digress. But there is a beauty in being able to walk in such like awe in the night skies that's not lit by a bright full moon, right? And to be able to see the darker outlines of the trees, of the houses, of whatever it is. Here it's like the palm trees, or I love seeing them up against the night sky. It's like the dark night sky and then the darker trees. They're beautiful. Nychia is beautiful because she strips away illusions and leaves only what we know is true. That's some pure intuition. Now, Nychia also teaches us how to listen for footsteps that don't belong, right? That cautionary element. How to measure the weight of a silence. And when I talked about earlier, I started to mention like being a woman and a person of trauma. I had a very difficult relationship with the nighttime. And that's when my ghosts, that's when my demons start to come back to me too. Sometimes is through the darkness. I used to suffer from like major panic attacks the second the light would go off, because my brain would go into survival mode, even though I am decades and decades removed from when that trauma happened. And Nychia is there with me now to be able to recognize, hey, I'm here. That has been dealt with. You no longer have to carry that. You are safe. You may sleep on your back. You may enjoy your rest. Right? Thank you for the heart, Kevin. So we carry our own ghosts, right? We're going to get through this. I like to use this, working with this element or this epithet to enhance intuition, because boy, it can be strengthened through Nychia for sure. Yeah. All right. Trust that fierce intuition too. We are still in Pisces. Trust it, because we're getting the downloads. We're getting the downloads. Can have fun interpreting them. But again, if it has something to do with your self-worth or a past relationship, know that it's just Venus retrograde being like, I don't know what's going on. I'm in Aries. I'm going to go like this and like this and like this. And you're going to go, hold on, calm down. Let's make an offering to Aphrodite, please. Wouldn't that be lovely? Let her feel calm. Make sure she's got lots of water on her altar, because that Martian energy is red hot. And she's just like, I need some water, some earth, maybe put a little plant there for her, cool her down, ground her. She'll be in Pisces soon enough and feel a little better. All right. Now, let's do a little visualization while we get ready for our Dipnon. I wanted to show you, so a lot of you know that I'm working on a manuscript right now, and I have one of the chapters is with regarding Nychia, and I've been doing new sigils for all of the epithets that I'm working with. And so I've got, if you can see, Nychia. We're just gonna, very simple, right? Almost looks like a, am I holding it right? Almost looks like a Z and a V, or an. We're going to trace that here shortly. I'll hold it up again once we get to that point. But I've got my Dipnon, I've got some olive oil, I've got another little tiny little plate here of biscuits, dates, herbs, olive oil, and I've got garlic back there as well. We're going to go on a little visualization to meet each other with a Nychia, and we're going to leave our Dipnon, and we're going to do our petition. How does that sound? Oh, and Liz has, of course, which Liz, once I get Patreon squared over there, I'm going to, if that's okay, you sent me a picture of your beautifully dyed egg, and what a hot commodity right now. Thanks for the sacrifice there too, right? She naturally dyes her eggs with sigils, and she has done this one for tonight with blueberry. Like, oh my gosh. There's Melanie. Melanie, we had such an issue over with the sound. And so, oh, you've been here. Okay. Melanie is out with Nychia right now. She's at a crossroads. She's in the wilderness alone under the night sky in Canada. And it's probably like 9 o'clock or something. And I was so hoping you would be. I've not heard you until now. You've not heard me until now. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It's 9:43. Good Lord, please be careful. She is our virtual Nychia. Perhaps meant to be. Perhaps it has meant to be. I'm going to put this on Patreon though, so people can watch it later. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Oh my God. Okay. So we're going to do our visualization. And Melanie, I don't know if you're able to see the sigil we'll be working with today. Powerful things. I can't wait to hear everything that you've been experiencing. Yes. All right. So get comfortable. And close your eyes a bit. And just start to breathe deeply. Tonight, under this new moon, we are coming together. As you settle in, bring your awareness to your breath. Start to feel the weight of your body, whether you're sitting down, laying down, or standing. Just feel the weight, how it is pressing into either the seat or the ground or the couch or the chair or the bed. And remind yourself that you are very grounded on this earthly plane right now. Now, I want you to imagine yourself under a dark, dark sky. The moon is there. You know it is there. You may see the tiniest sliver of silver, but the sky is dark. And you're in a field. Create this field. Maybe the grass is long, it's tall, it's brushing your knees. Stand in the middle of this field. Maybe you're on a large beach. Maybe it's not a field at all. Maybe it's just a large beach. Maybe you're in the desert. Take notice wherever you are, the different shades of your landscape. Allow your eyes to adjust. And now I want you to start to feel what it feels like around you. It looks like you are alone out here, but what does it feel like? Does it feel like you're alone? It's almost hinting at maybe we're in a deeper realm. Allow yourself to sink into whatever that realm is. Now, I want you to start to feel the presence of maybe any lingering echoes of your pain, maybe any echoes of memories. Do you have any unspoken burdens right now? These are our personal ghosts. Or maybe, quite frankly, you feel like you're being held onto by the energy of another spirit. Whatever it is, allow yourself to start to feel this right now. You're okay. Now, with each step, as you start to walk through this terrain, start to feel the cooled air maybe wrap around you. This air feels ancient. Slowly, these ghosts, these pains, these unspoken burdens, these memories start to appear. Allow them to become visible. It's okay if they can't They don't have a form. Give them a color if you need. You see them starting to kind of wispily move. They're wanting to be acknowledged. They are not to be feared. They just want to be understood. To be recognized that they were part of us. And some of them are yearning to be released. Now I want you to look around the field a little bit harder. And I want you to see your fellow sisters and brothers that we have on this call with you tonight. You might look out into the field and see Kevin or Melanie or Kathy, Remington, Liz, Heather, Ian, Damien, Monica, myself. We start to come in focus. You see us and you see our ghosts. Can you come closer as if creating a circle? See if you can come close enough to grab hands. It's a lot of ghosts that we have around us. It's a lot of burdens, right? We have similar burdens, if you notice. Now, if you can release one of your hands, and in the air in front of you, if you can make the Nychia sigil, allow Hekate to come to the center of our circle and allow her to gather all of these burdens, these ghosts, these memories, these pains, ailments, these doubts. Allow her to take them. She commands the wandering souls. They flock to her like a magnet. They almost rejoice to see her and start to feel lighter, start to feel like you can move. And maybe you do start to move. Maybe you start to dance even. She's holding these. She's going to take them all. You do not have to carry them alone. She will. And when you're ready to deal with it, she'll bring you one at a time so you can manage it. But tonight, She's got them, and you're free, and you are light. Under this blessed new moon in Pisces, one of the most intuitive and magical moons we have all year. Trust the magic. Now take your dipnon, whether it's the one you procured tonight or one that you're going to dream up and give to her. Let's set it in front of us. Let her see this. I even put candles. I'm going to light up the place with candles. I know Kevin's probably lighting some torches for us to illuminate this field now as we celebrate Hektate Nychia, gathering all this and taking on this burden as an offering. In our petition to her, we can say, now, O Hekate Nychia, night wanderer, keeper of all forgotten, in your sacred darkness and under your watchful eye, we humbly come before you. We've journeyed through the night. We've journeyed through endless nights, carrying ghosts of past sorrows and unhealed wounds. But tonight, we ask you to gather these wandering souls to bear their weight so I may be free. Carry our ghosts, dear one, because those whispers of pain and regret cling to our hearts. Lift the burdens that have shadowed our paths and guide us to a new beginning. Let our feasts of fish, of honey, of wine, of garlic, of eggs, of olives, of herbs be a token of our surrender and our trust. It's a sign of our willingness to release the past and to embrace the promise of a lighter load. May your compassionate strength transform our scars into symbols of resilience. May your gentle care nurture our spirits as we step into the coming month unburdened and whole. Blessed be Hektate Nychia. May we find peace in your enduring grace. Notice that in the circle, there is nothing obstructing your view, but your sisters and brothers here, you can see them laughing. You can see them dancing. You can see them drinking and eating. You can see them now starting to commune with one another. Come in closer. Feel this community. Feel how light you are now. The ghosts are not there. Hekate has brought them elsewhere. enjoy this delicious moment so that you may carry it into our new month. And when you're ready, slowly bring this elation back with you to your awareness in the present. Wiggle your toes, maybe clap your hands. Carry that vision of renewal, of release with you here now. Knowing that as we let go together, we opened the door to new healing and to new light. In nomine Hekate, in nomine Hekate, in nomine Hekate. Oh, thank you. Nychia. Right? I mean, it's while I've been writing this, I've been getting to explore epithets, and I sat and I sat and I've sat for the last year or so now with which epithets I would be becoming so close with through this writing. And Nychia has been a difficult one, and I tried to give her up many times, but that's not how Nychia works, is it? I can't just give for my ghost for good. I have to confront it. So, like I meant, so you heard screaming children. Holy shit. What? Wow. Incredible. You know, someone on this call, maybe have had some screaming children with them, and maybe you picked up on that. Or maybe even in your own physical community there, you were able to receive that vibration. Wow. My cat is trying to Remy. Oh my goodness. So Nychia it's interesting because we have these epithets of dissent, and not all it's not the whole. When Hekate has you descend into your shadow self, which we do quite often when we are devotees of Hekate, when we do descend, we're not always there with Hekate Lamparios, the lamp, you're right, or Hekate Darukos, with the torches. Hekate Brima, we don't always have that fire. Sometimes we're meant to wander blindly ourselves before we're given that spark of flame, before we can be like, oh, there's the way. So I implore you to sit through, especially the rest of this new moon, and through the weekend we'll be feeling it. Sit with Nychia, see what comes up for you. And with the Venus going retrograde on Sunday, I keep saying tomorrow because my coven, we're doing a big rite tomorrow, and my brain is on Saturday already. So I keep saying it's retrograde tomorrow. It's not. We still have one more day, but we are definitely in retro shade of Venus. If you have a cup of water, or if you want to get a little glass of water, speaking of, we should do, because this is a very powerful new moon. And I don't do a lot of manifestation stuff, right, on these, as you know, but the new moons are for that, right? If we're going to be manifesting on a moon, this is a great moon to do it. And the element of water, because we are in Pisces. If you've got a glass of water, or if you want to do this later, I want you to imagine what it is that you want to accomplish in the next 6 months. In the next 6 months, I want you to put in here. I want you to really sit with what it is that you want to take away and have inside of you, have accomplished 6 months from now. I want you to feel what that feels like. And then I want you to drink it and just think gratitude, gratitude, gratitude for this. Every time the water goes down your throat, gratitude. Gratitude, this is happening. I'm making this happen. This is going to be like my 6 months, right? Whether it's like, I need the new job, I need the new car, I need a place to live, I need serenity now. I need whatever it is. It is yours. You are ingesting it. It is part of you. Serenity now. Smells is like those outside in the middle of the winter when it's raining and screaming. It sounded so real. Woo-wee. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of Pisces season, right? Because when not just April, when Aries season comes, I'm going to be off the charts. And I know Heather is too. She said she's Aries. Us fire signs are going to be like, okay, we made it. Okay, drying off. We're ready to. I can't wait. We're going to be doing some fiery epithets. Definitely Azostos, maybe some Brimo. Let me know your favorite fiery epithets that we can cover through Aries season. But I'm going to trim this, and I will put it on Patreon. Next Patreon, I promise it will be up and running. Thank you for your patience. Seriously, I really, really appreciate your support and your love and holding space, especially in that Patreon platform, because as we all know, the crap that's going on with the whole meta, I want to make sure that there is a safe place for us to meet, especially when that hits the fan, because I know it will. Yeah, love you, love you, love you, love you all. So yeah, it will be up and running. All right. Happy Friday, right? Yes. Go have a grand old time. Io primo. Does anyone have any questions before I get off? Because I forgot to ask that. Do you have any questions before I get off? Anything. Leo moon Sag, right? Wait, you're Leo moon Sag rising and Aries sun? Oh my gosh. Heather, one of my very good friends, Cece, is Aries sun, and then I can't remember which one is her moon and which one is her rising, but one is Leo and one is Sagittarius. She is my favorite ball of fire to be around. Because, wow, what is your book about? Give us a taste. Okay. So the book is essentially a temple, right? And I'm going through 9 different epithets to obtain. For the reason I'm doing this is because Azostos to me is like the epitome theurgy, right? Because it is like done, and I am. So I'm going through 9 different epithets to get to azosto. So it's a working through these different chambers of epithets, and there Nychia is one of them, but uh, it includes rituals. It includes visualizations. I'm super fucking stoked. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to be releasing little teasers here and there. I've done a couple. I'm hoping it will be done by summer, like being written by summer. So who knows when it would be done to sell, but I really am excited about it. And there's new sigils for everything that I've been working through. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. It has been a cathartic journey, to say the least. So, yes. Blessing and done 2 solar spells tonight. Blessings to all. I'm exhausted from doing 2 solar. Oh, yes. Remy, I will see some of you tomorrow. So, definitely then. Okay, I don't think I'm missing anything else. All right. Thank you. I love you.